SAI agency which SAI is nominating for this purpose is announced and the test paper is floated, there will be some announcements made by SFI also, so that you can be notified that this test is going to be conducted on what date and how, modalities of conduct of the test. Once again, as I said, this is mandatory for the SAI coaches. It is not mandatory for the rest of the coaches. Thank you, Partha. Please take it forward.
Thank you, Monal sir. A very good morning to all the coaches. Once again, we have a very important topic today. Today's topic is current FINA rules to be conducted by Mr. Virendra Nanavati. Virendra Nanavati sir is the Executive Director of Swimming Federation of India. He is a Senior Vice President of Indian Olympic Association and Vice Chairman of FINA Technical Committee. But more than all, Nanavati sir has been the pillar of Indian swimming, nurturing aquatic sport in India for the past 3 decades with the same zeal and excitement like a youngster. His commitment to the sport and experience of the sport is unparalleled. And it is our honor to have him here to share his pearls of wisdom. Virendra sir, we welcome you to start your session. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Partha. Hi, good morning to all participants for this swimming coaches knowledge series. It's my pleasure to join with you for the swimming rules. Before I start, let me extend my compliments to Minister of Sports, Shri Kiren Rijiju, for his dynamic, positive and encouraging message to swimming fraternity with a vision to develop our sports targeting Olympics. It's really a good message for all participants and Swimming Federation of India, Sports Authority of India, the Minister has given yesterday. I also extend my compliments to Sports Authority of India, DG Shri Sandeep Pradhan, Executive Director Shiv Sharma ji, and Coordinator Partha for arranging such a nice session. I also extend my compliments to Swimming Federation of India, its General Secretary Sri Manoj Choksi, this series to impart knowledge to Indian coaches or participants. This is really a good decision taken by, joint decision taken by Sports Authority of India and Swimming Federation of India. And I'm really happy with the progress of the whole series. During this series, various experts have shared their views and knowledge. Our various experts, our various aspects of coaching, and I'm happy to know that more than 700 participants have been benefited with this series. This is a very good thing. First time that 700 coaches have come in light of this area. Very few coaches are coming to national and other events. So this is a big participation. As you know, that my subject is something different than coaching and is most important subject for all participants, that is swimming rules. So without rules and without governing the things, I think we cannot run the society. We cannot run any sort of any event also. So unless you know the rules of the game, you cannot deliver the same in a right way to your trainees. I'm sure it will help all participants to enable them to deliver it to their trainees as well as to the players and the interested participants. Before we go to the swimming rules, let me say that swimming events starts with the first Olympics. That is, it was in 1896, the swimming event was already there. And you are all aware that there are all multidiscipline games. There, swimming and athletics are the mandatory discipline to be included in the multidiscipline game. and swimming is one of them. And one more important information I should give, that during Rio Olympic, swimming was given number one uh, 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 in conduct of the event, in management, in crowd pulling, and that is for our PINA. PINA is founded in 1908 on 19th July as a governing body for aquatic sports in the world, which governs swimming, diving, water polo, artistic swimming, open water swimming, high diving, and masters activities. And PINA has at present 205 countries are member of the world body. They follow the rules in above all discipline. See, that means throughout the world, these are the rules followed for swimming activities. PINA governs the Olympic Games, World Championship, Commonwealth Games, and all games. It's wherever there is a multiple disciplines, swimming is there and PINA is there. So with this background, see, before we go to the rules, I will just go to the people who are involved in that, and then people who are required to run the event. See, there are normally in the events, you need the referee, you need the starter. Control room supervisor is nowadays required because now the events are conducted with the electronic stand system, and that is totally controlled in the control room. Then you need the clerk of the course to arrange the hits and other thing. You need chief inspector of turns on both sides of the pool, inspector of turns on both the side of the pool, each lane. You need chief timekeeper and timekeepers. This is required when you don't have a electronic time system. 3 timekeeper per lane and all these things. Chief recorder also required when you don't have the electronic time system. You need the also, and each lane you need one judge. Each position you need one judge to manage the whole thing. These are the basic requirement officials, and they are the people. Let me tell something different. See, the coaches are training their players, their swimmers. That means you are. Let us understand. We are running. The swimmers are the students, and the coaches are the guru or the shikshak or the teacher. They are training them, and once they are trained, runs the competition. These are the supervisors of the competitions. They will supervise the competition, and they will see that the players who are participating in this event, are they following the rules or not? If they are following the rules, then there is no question of foul or anything else. If they are doing some mistake, then they not be any mistake on the part of players. And with them, we have to identify them, we have to disqualify them. Now with this background, I will go to the basic rules of the different strokes. See, everybody knows that there are 4 main strokes in the swimming. One is the freestyle, one is the backstroke, one is the breaststroke, one is the butterfly stroke. These are the 4 main strokes in the swimming events, and each stroke has their own rules. How you have to swim in that particular stroke is governed by those rules. Now, unless you follow those rules strictly for the particular stroke, then there are chances of disqualification. So I'm giving you the guideline of those strokes where you have to be more cautious about it, You have to take more care about that so that you should not commit any mistake or foul. Say, like now, let us go to the freestyle. Freestyle means freestyle. There should not be any restriction on it. See, freestyle event, swimmers may swim any style, except in the individual medley and medley relay event. Freestyle means other than backstroke, breaststroke, and butterfly stroke. So you can swim any way, that is freestyle. Freestyle, during the freestyle, some part of the swimmers must touch the wall upon completion of each lane and at the finish. Means whenever you start the race and you turn on the other side, when you turn on the other side, then you and some part of the swimmers must break the surface of water throughout the race. It is permissible to be submerged during the first 15 meters. See, this is the normal rule that when you take a start or when you take a turn, you can swim underwater up to 15 meters. But at 15 meters, the head must break the water and it should not submerge. If it is submerged more than 15 meters, then swimmers disqualify. So now what to do? I think everybody can hear the audio. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Everybody can hear me?
Yes,
Virendra
sir, we
bhai,
can hear you.
Yeah?
Virendra bhai, voice is breaking a lot.
Okay.
So we are getting a lot of
Okay.
comments on the voice. What we will do is, I have loaded your presentation from my side.
Okay.
You can stop sharing your screen and I will share my screen so that your internet bandwidth, if it is slow there, you will not have a problem.
I can move to some other.
No, you can continue.
I'm continuing. I'm not disturbing. I'm continuing with this.
But just stop sharing your screen. I will load your presentation.
Okay. And then it will go to the people.
Yeah. Same way like you are doing it. I will do the presentation and you can just talk. You will also be able to see the slide. So you can see which slide you are talking about.
Okay. If that is the situation, I have no problem.
Yeah. So
can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, sir.
Yeah. So I'll share my screen. Just give me a second.
Presentation. Okay. Can we go ahead?
1 second. Can you see your presentation now?
Yes.
Partha, can you see it?
Yes, we can see it, sir.
Okay, so he was on freestyle. Sir, go ahead.
So now I was on the freestyle, and then I said that the swimmer must break the water surface at the 15 meter. Some part of the swimmers must break the surface of the water throughout the race, except it is permissible to be completely submerged during the first 15 meter from the turn and the start, right? So this is the freestyle. Now, see, there is no other restriction in the freestyle. Swimmers can swim in whatever the way they like, provided they should not submerge their body more than 15 meters. Right? Now we should go to the next on the backstroke. See, for the backstroke, prior to the starting signal, the swimmer shall line up facing the starting end. So they are in the water, they should line up and they should be facing the starting end and hold the grip, starting grip, standing in on or the gutter. But bending the toes over the leaves of the gutter is prohibited. See, they cannot bend the toes on the leaves of the gutter. They can they can raise the leg, but they cannot bend the toes on the lips of the gutter. Right? When using the backstroke ledge at the start, the toes of both the feet must contact the end wall or face of the touchpad. See, when you use the backstroke ledge, then your toes should touch the wall, resting on the backstroke ledge and touch the wall, but they cannot just push that. They cannot grip that. Right? Now, bending the toes over the top of the touchpad is prohibited. See, on the top of the touchpad, you cannot bend the toes. At the starting signal and after the turning, swimmer shall push off and swim upon the back throughout the race, except when executing the turn. See, when you are executing the turn, you can change, but otherwise you should be on the back. You cannot just turn the back. You have to be on throughout the race. You have to be on the back. See, some part of the body must break the surface of the water throughout the race. It is permissible to a swimmer to be completely submerged during the turn and the distance not more than 15 meters after the start and each turn. By that point, they must broken the surface. Like same thing. See, they can swim once they take a turn up to 15, before 15 meters, the head must break and come out of the water. It is a basic requirement. And when they leave the wall, they should be on the back of the They should not be on any other position. When executing the turn, there must be a touch of the wall with some part of the swimmer's body in his respective lane during the turn. See, when you are taking the turn, some part of the body must be on the, when you are taking the turn, some part of the body must be on the back, and after the turn, the vertical to the breast, the immediate continuous single or double arm pull may be used. See, some of the swimmers are using single arm, some of the swimmers are using double arm pull. So once you are touched the wall and you take the turn, and when you come back to the original position, then before you come out of the water, it should be on the back. Swimmers must return to the position of the back upon leaving the wall. So when you leave the wall, when you push the wall, when you leave the wall, the body should be on the back and the body should come out of the water. It should be on the back. It should not be on any other position. Upon finish the race, swimmer must touch the wall while on the back in respective lane. When you finish the race, backstroke, when you finish the race, you should be on the back. And you should touch the wall at the time of finishing the race. Before that, you cannot turn your body position. Now,
They move to breaststroke.
Now we are moving to the breaststroke. See, in the breaststroke, after the start and each turn, the swimmer may take one arm stroke completely back to the leg, during which the swimmer may be submerged. At any time prior to the breaststroke kick and after the start and each turn, a single butterfly kick is permissible. See, in breaststroke, if you take more than one butterfly kick, it is not permissible, and that is a foul. But one butterfly kick is permissible. So when you take a turn or when you take a start, swimmer can take one butterfly stroke kick, and then after that they have to come out. At the time of prior to the breaststroke kick, after the start or each turn, single butterfly kick is permitted. The head must break the surface of before the hand turn inward and avoid part of the second stroke. See, you are permitted to take one stroke. You may take two kicks, but arm stroke, only one stroke. And when you take a second stroke, the body must break the water surface and body should be out. Now, body shall be on the breast throughout the race. It is not permitted to roll on back except the turn after touch the wall, where it is permissible to turn into any manner as long as the body is on the breast when leaving the wall. So this is where when you are in the race, your body must be throughout on the breast, and when you are taking the turn, at the time after touching the wall, it is permissible to take a turn. And then once you take a turn and leave the wall, the body should be again on the breast. Throughout the race, the stroke cycle must be one arm stroke and one leg kick in that order. See, here you have one arm stroke and one stick continuously. You have to take in that order throughout the race. All movement of the arms shall be simultaneous and on the same horizontal plane without alternating movement. See, arm movement is simultaneous and on the same horizontal place, and no alternative movement is permitted. No alternative movement is permitted in that. Hands shall be pushed forward together from the breast, under and over the water. So you have to, hand should be under the water and you have to take under the breast. It has to go up like that. Elbow shall be under the water except for the final stroke before the turn. Elbow shall be parallel to the water. It's not be out of the water like the butterfly. The hands shall be brought back on or under the surface of the water. See, the hand cannot be out. It should be under water. When you take a breaststroke turn, it should be under the water. Like that, you have to take a underwater. You cannot, like butterfly, you cannot bring the arm out. It has to be under the water. The head shall not be brought back beyond the hip line. Hand shall not be back beyond the hip line. See, beyond the hip line, you cannot take the hands except during the final stroke and after the start and each turn. Normally, the breaststroke, we take the turn from here. It cannot go like that. Only at the start and the turn, the hand can go up to the hip line. During each complete cycle, some part of the swimmer's head must break the water. It is mandatory. Every stroke, the head must break the water surface. All movement of the leg must be simultaneous and on the same horizontal plane without alternating movement. See, it's very, very clear that leg movement is simultaneous and in a horizontal plane without, see, it cannot be alternative movement. It should be simultaneous and horizontal plane. See, you cannot have up and down leg and that type of things is not permitted in the breaststroke. Feet must be turned outward during the propulsive part of the kick. That's right. That feet must be outward, and then you have to bring that together. The feet must be turned outward during the propulsive part of the kick. Alternating movement or downward butterfly kick are not permitted except in 7.1. Means one butterfly, this thing is permitted only at the start or at the turn, but otherwise there is no the alternative movement or downward butterfly kick are not permitted. Breaking the surface of the water with feet is allowed unless followed by a downward butterfly kick. So during the butterfly kick, breaking the water surface is allowed. At each turn and finish at the race, the touch shall be made with both hands separated and simultaneous. When you finish the race or when you take a turn, both hands should touch simultaneously and at the same level to the end wall for the turn or at the finish end, above or below the water level. At the last stroke, before the turn or at the finish, the arm stroke not followed by leg kick is permitted. Sometimes you reach to the ball and leg kick may not be there. So you can have an arm stroke and then finish the race. That is permitted. The head may be submerged after the last arm pull prior to the touch, provided it breaks the surface of the water at some point of time during the last complete or incomplete cycle. See, the head must break the water at the last stroke also. The head may be submerged after the last arm pull prior to the touch, provided it breaks the surface of the water at the same point during the last complete or incomplete cycle preceding to the touch. Before you touch, it breaks the cycle. See, breaststroke, when you finish and the last stroke, sometimes you cannot judge when you are touching the ball. So you have to take a short thing, this thing. But then incomplete cycle is the proceeding touch is permitted in that particular stroke. So the breaststroke, I think then we go to the next is the butterfly stroke. The butterfly stroke, see, you know that, but after the start and each turn, body shall be kept on the breast. It is not permitted to roll on the back at any time except at the turn after touch the ball, where it is permissible to turn in the manner as long as the body is on the breast when leaving the wall. See, your body should be on the breast throughout the races, except when at the time of turn, when you touch the wall, then you can change the position. Both arms shall be brought forward simultaneously over the water and brought backward simultaneously under the water throughout the race. See, throughout the race, you have to take both arms over the water and under the water simultaneously. Except in 8.5, at the time of turn, they permit this thing. All up and down movement of the leg must be simultaneous. It cannot be separate. It must be simultaneous. The movement should be simultaneous. Breaststroke kicking movement is not now. Earlier, breaststroke kicking was permitted, but now the breaststroke kicking is not only you have to take a butterfly kick. So if any breaststroke kicking movement is there, the swimmer can disqualify. Breaststroke kicking in the movement is not permitted. At each turn and finish the race, The touch shall be made with both the hands. You have to touch the wall with both the hands, separated and simultaneously. It cannot be like this. It should be separated and simultaneously. At the above or below, see, you can touch at the above or the below the water level, but it should be separated and simultaneously. It should touch the wall at the time of turn and at the time of finish. At the start and at the turn, swimmer is permitted one or more leg kicks and one arm pull under the water, which must bring him to the surface. See, when you take a start or when a swimmer take a turn, the one or more leg kick and one arm pull is permitted underwater. To break the surface, you have to come to the surface with this one arm pull, and you may take one or more leg kick at that time. It shall be permissible for a swimmer to be completely submerged for a distance of not more than. See, here also, swimmer can, with a powerful kick and with a one powerful arm pull, he can be within up to 15 meters. But at the boundary of 15 meters, you have to break the surface of the water. Your head should come out of the water at the 15 meter at the time of start or at the time of each turn. By that point, the head must have broken. See, the head must break the surface at 15 meter mark. If that does not break the surface, then the swimmer can be disqualified. See, these are the major butterfly. You have to underwater. You can take one or more kick, powerful kick, but only one arm pull is permitted to come out of the water. Right? Now we should go to the next is the medley relay. So medley relay, swimmer has to cover 4 swimming strokes in individual medley. So individual medley, the order is like the first is the butterfly stroke, then swimmer swims the backstroke, then swimmer swims the breaststroke, and the last swimmer swims the freestyle. Each stroke has to cover 1/4 of the distance of the total distance of the race in the individual medley. In a freestyle, the swimmer must be on the breast except executing the turn. The swimmer must return to the breast before any kick or stroke start. Right? In medley relay event, this is the individual. In a medley relay event, swimmer will have to cover 4 swimming strokes in order like this. First the butterfly stroke. No, the first the backstroke, the second the breaststroke, third the butterfly stroke, and last the freestyle. And each stroke must cover 1/4 of the distance. In the medley relay event, each swimmer has to cover 1/4 of the distance in the backstroke, breaststroke, butterfly stroke, and freestyle in this chronology. And each section must be finished in accordance with the rules which applies to the 6. In this medley relay, the swimmers are swimming 4 different strokes. So the rules of that particular stroke will apply during the race. If the swimmer is swimming the butterfly stroke, the butterfly rule will apply. If the swimmer is swimming the backstroke rule will apply. If the swimmer is swimming the breaststroke, then breaststroke rule will apply. And freestyle, you know, the freestyle, it's an open style, but that also you have to cover the distance, 1/4 distance in each stroke. So this is the medley relay. Now I will come to the general rules of the races. See, in all the races, when the swimmer swims the race, swimmer must remain and finish the race in the same lane where he or she started the race. So you cannot change the lane See, once you start the race in a particular lane, you have to swim in that lane and you have to finish the race in that lane. The second, a swimmer when turning shall make physical contact with the end wall of the pool or course. Turn must be made from the wall. It is not permitted to take a stride step from the bottom. See, when the swimmer take a turn, he must make a physical contact of the end wall of the pool or the course, and then he can take a turn. See, a swimmer cannot stand or step or walk uh, on the pool. It is not permitted. So you have to swim to the end wall and then take a turn. Standing on the bottom during the freestyle or event or freestyle portion of the medley relay event shall not disqualify the swimmer but shall not walk. If the swimmer stand during the freestyle portion of the event, then he cannot be disqualified, but he cannot walk. Swimmer, if he stands, it's okay. Then he has to start again from there. But if he walks, then he can be disqualified. Pulling the lane rope is not permitted. Say the lane rope. Some of the swimmers have a habit to just pull the lane rope to get an advantage of this thing. Pulling the lane rope is not allowed. That is a foul. If somebody founds pulling the lane rope, then it is a foul, and the swimmers can disqualify. Obstructing another swimmer by swimming across another lane or otherwise interfering shall disqualify the offender. See, now swimmer is swimming and by mistake, if he cross the lane and if he interfering the other swimmer, then the swimmer shall disqualify. See, normally the swimmer must swim in their respective lane and he should not cross the lane. Once he crosses the lane and if he doesn't disturb the player, and if the referee or the stroke judge or the stroke judge find that he has not disturbed and he has come back to his lane, then a swimmer may not disqualify. But if he disturb the other swimmer, then he can be disqualified. No swimmer shall be permitted to use or wear any device, swimsuit that may aid the speed, buoyancy, or endurance during the race. No swimmer is permitted to use any sort of any wear or any device on the body. So normally when the swimmer goes for the event, when in the call room, the officials, they check that he is not putting anything on the body which helps the swimmers during the race, or he is not wearing any such things which help him to do that. So any such device is not permitted during the race. Goggles may be worn. See, the goggles are permitted, and you can wear the goggles for the competition also. Any kind of tape on the body is not permitted unless any kind of tape on the body is not permitted unless approved by FINA Sports Medicine Committee. See, normally some injury is there, and sometimes some swimmer has to put the tape. Then it requires a permission approval from the organizing committee. Let's say here FINA Sports Medicine Committee is available for the international event. So they give the clearance whether the tap is used or not. Otherwise, the tap is not permitted and swimmers cannot swim with the tap. Any swimmer not in the race who enters the water in which the event is being conducted before all swimmers therein have completed the race shall be disqualified from the next scheduled race in the meet. So it is very clear that any swimmer not in the race enters enters the water in which the event is being conducted for this, all the swimmers have completed. See, no swimmer should enter in the water except the eligible swimmer who is swimming the race should swim in that race. If any swimmer enter the race, if the other swimmer is swimming, then they shall be disqualified. And from the next scheduled race, see, this is what the swimmer who is not in this particular say race, and now if the race is going on and just enter in the pool, then that particular swimmer will not be permitted in his next race, scheduled race, because he has obstructed the races, violate the rules. In mixed relay, 2 men and 2 women split time achieved in this event cannot be used as a record. See, in the mixed relay, 2 men and 2 women swimmers are swimming in the mixed relay. So, in that particular event, if you achieve some record, split time of that particular event cannot be considered as a record or entry purpose, because that event is a mixed event. So in the mixed relay, whatever your achievement is cannot be considered for the record or for the entry purpose. In relay, team of swimmers whose feet lose the touch, whose feet lose touch with the starting platform before proceeding teammate touches the wall, they shall be disqualified. See, here in relay, before the swimmer touches the wall, the swimmer starts the race. Then it is an early start. So then that shall be disqualified. Any relay team shall be disqualified from the race if a team member other than the swimmer designated to swim that length enter in the water when the race is being conducted before all swimmers of all the team have finished the race. See, now during the relay, the team shall be disqualified from the race if the team member other than the swimmer designated to swim the length enter the water. Means in the relay the 4 swimmers are there, and their turn is fixed. That number 1 is X1, number Y is that number X, Y, Z, A. Are swimmers has to swim as per their number, and if they enter being the race conducted before all the swimmers of all the have finished the race. See, now if the swimmer has finished the race and before all the swimmers finish the race, if the other swimmers jump in the race in the pool, then the swimmer the team shall be disqualified. See, you cannot, when the race is on, you cannot enter the event except the swimmer who is designated for the particular race. Now, next is the member of the relay team and their order of competing must be nominated before the race. Now, in any of the relay races, you have to give in the form the swimmer's number and how he is going to swim. So, according to the number given to the swimmer, they should enter in the race. Any relay team member may compete in the race only once. Failure to swim in the listed order result in disqualification. So now see that in the relay 4 swimmers are there, and their turn is fixed. Then as per their turn, they have to enter in the race, and they have to complete the race as per their term. If any swimmer see, you cannot violate the list given when see, you cannot violate the list given if any swimmer fail to swim in that chronology. That will disqualify the team. Competitors of relay team may be changed between the heats and final. See, you have to give in advance the competitor who are going to swim the relay races. And with that list, the swimmer will swim the heats, and you have every right to change the swimmers in the finals also. And for that also, you have to give the list of the swimmers who are going to swim in the finals. So swimmers shall see competitor in the relay team may be changed between the heats and finals. So in the heats, some swimmers can swim. In the finals, you can change those swimmers also. And even from within the list of the proper leap, and but those swimmers list, those swimmers, they must have been entered in the relay, either in the reserve or in the regular list. From amongst those players, those who are registered, from amongst those players, you can enter in the relay. Swimmers having finished his race or his distance in the relay must leave. See, in relay, the swimmers, the first swimmer, say he has finished the race, then he must leave the pool as soon as possible without obstructing the other swimmers. Because if he is swimming in lane 3 or lane 4 or lane 5, then he has to cross other lane also. So without disturbing any other swimmers who has not yet finished the race. Otherwise, the swimmers commit a foul or his relative. See, if he disturbs the other swimmers who are swimming, then that is a foul. He cannot disturb the other swimmers who are swimming in the relay race. So then if the swimmer does this thing, then the whole team may be disqualified. Should a foul endanger the chances of success of the swimmer, the referee shall have power to allow the swimmer to compete in the next heat, or should the foul occur in the final event or in the last heat, he may order it to resume. See, when the swimmers are swimming in the race, and see, the chances of a swimmer is a good swimmer, and he has all chances of success. And referee have power to allow such swimmer to compete in the next. See, then this swimmer has been due to some reason, the swimmer could not swim properly. Then the referee has the right to allow him to swim or compete in the next heat if the next heat is available, or the foul is occur in the final or the last heat. Then a referee has the right to do the re-swim of the entire heats or entire event. Now, another important point, no pacemaking shall be permitted, nor may any device be used or plan accepted which affect the swim. See, you cannot use any device or pacemaking device or any other device which affect the race, which device may give advantage to the players. This cannot be allowed in the event. See, these are the general rules followed for all the swimming competitions, and these competitions are governed with these rules, and coaches, they are training, they are fully conversant with all these rules and regulations, each stroke rules and regulations, and even the medley relay rules and regulations. So when they train their swimmers, they must take care of these areas, and there are officials who are officiating during the competition. who are controlling the whole event, they are watching. There are different officials are observing the, say like the referee is the a key person. Then the starter who is starting the race. Stroke judges are on both the sides of the pool, walking throughout the race. They are watching the swimmers. They are whether they are doing the correct stroke or correct style. They are doing, and on both the ends, there are officials who are watching the start and turn of the swimmers. So these and all these areas, the officials are, when they are observing all these things, see, they are watching that the swimmer is swimming as per the rules of the uh, FINA for that particular event. If any swimmer defy the rules, then the inspector of turns or the stroke judge may refer the any disqualification or any foul of the swimmer to the chief inspector of turns, and in turn he will bring to the notice of the referee, and referee in turn will take suitable action about whether the swimmer should be disqualified or should not be disqualified. Accordingly, they announce on the display board also. So see, these are the general rules I have given to the members, to the participants. There are certain areas of disqualification, and the officials are watching from the start of the race. See, when the referee gives the signal to the starter, means everything is in order. When the team is lined up and swimmers are lined up for the start, then he will give the first whistle so that all the officials will stand up for supervising the race. Then with the second this thing whistle, the swimmer will be ready for the start, and then he will give the command to the starter, and starter will give the command to the players to start, how to start the race. So, and then on both the side there are stroke judges walking throughout the race, supervising each lane. They see there are two stroke judges on both the sides. So they just walk throughout the race and watch the swimmer. They watch also the swimmer's turn, whether the swimmers have come out at 15 meter or not. All these things are taken care or watched by the officials on the deck. There are each lane there are inspector of turns, so they watch the once you are uh, within their area, within after once you are within 5 meter to take the turn, they will start watching you, and after the turn when you go leave the wall, they will watch you till you come the head of the swimmer come out, and if any mistake or any shortfall is there, then the inspector of turn or the stroke judge, whosoever has seen anything, he will immediately refer it to the referee that something is wrong. Then referee will call that particular person. Whatever is the foul is there, they will have to write everything in that. Once things are in the hand of referee, referee will sign it and give it. Then after the final display of the event will come on the board that yes, these are the people and this is the result of the race. If anyone has been disqualified, their result or their timing does not show on the board, except So swimmers who have completed the race in a regular manner, their timings are shown as per their position. So this is the normal conduct of the event and the basic rules of the of swimming events. I'm sure the coaches has to take more care about the rules, because they are the people who are training the swimmers, and they must take care of every area of the rules. If you don't take the care of every area of the rules, say the coach has to train the swimmer how he has to approach at the starting line, how the starting he has to follow the starting command, how he has to start the race, how he has to swim the race, how he has to take the turn. See, these are all areas where the swimmer can make a foul, and he can be catch. He can be caught by the officials on the deck for various uh, uh, to look after the various area to supervise the complete conduct of the event. I'm sure the coaches has a very important role to play, and they must know all the basic rules of the competition also. See, to disqualify someone is very easy, but to train them in a right way so that swimmer should not commit the mistake. See, there are coaches, I have seen them, that there are certain difficult areas where it is difficult to see whether the swimmer has committed a foul or not. Like in breaststroke, you are entitled to, you are allowed to take one butterfly kick. Let maximum disqualification in breaststroke. They are taking more than one butterfly kick at the either at the start or at the turn. See, these are the areas the coaches has to take care, and they have to train their swimmer in a right way so that the swimmer, see, I'm really, I have officiated in the Olympics and other places. So I'm really sorry to say that for Olympics, if a swimmer is trained for more than 4 to 6 years to be there in the Olympics, and by small mistake of a swimmer, if we have to disqualify them, and that particular swimmer, it pinches the official. See, it is not, oh, we are taking this thing, I have disqualified. It's not a credit, let me tell you. See, somebody is putting their full life to achieve something at that level. See, we should not do any injustice to any player. See, the rules are made to supervise and support the swimmers. And we have, see, the biggest important point I should tell all the coaches and all the participants. We should train the swimmers in a right way. Don't try to encourage any swimmer to commit mistake, or see that, yeah, the official may not see, you just do like that. See, official may miss that. If the luck favors you, official may miss that your foul and you get an advantage. But that is not the right way. When you are training an Olympian, when you are training a national level swimmer, when you are training a state level, see, you should train them in a right way. Give them the right know-how about the rules so that they should not commit the mistake. See, the officials are not meant for disqualifying the swimmers. Officials are meant for to see that the things should go as per the rule. And we want to advise the coaches, the trainers, the swimmers, those who are involved in the sports. They should advise their player, because see, a swimmer, any Olympian, let me tell you, minimum must have minimum must have trained more than 4 to 6 years. After 6 years of training, if a small mistake in the Olympics or in the international event or the World Championship or the Asian Championship or any at the national level, a small mistake means whole 4 years, 6 years of your this thing career and training and everything will be finished by one stroke of pen of the official. So my humble submission and request to all the coaches, train your swimmers, advise them to follow the rules, train them accordingly. They must follow the rules strictly. Minor mistake of a player leads him to zero, because once you are disqualified means you are out of the race, you are out of the event. So whole energy is wasted, and we as an organizer, we wish that you should sign out at the right time, at the right moment, when things are, when you have an opportunity to sign out. Say people are participating in the national. That is a golden opportunity to participate in the national, or at the Asian game, or at the Asian Championship, or at the FINA event, or the Olympics also. You work hard for years together, and by your petty mistake, any official can disqualify you. I feel sorry for those type of swimmers and coaches who have taken pain during the whole of their training period, and the result comes to like this. We want that you should get a better result. Why you are trained with the rules? Why you are trained with certain guidelines? Why you are trained with all these things? Why we are telling you that these are the areas you should not commit mistake? Why the FINA is telling everything to everybody? Because FINA wants that swimmers should be benefited with the training program and should achieve something out of his efforts. So what I request all the participants over here. This is an area we are the officials. We have to go by rules. We are not interested to disqualify anyone. Let me tell you, no swimming official is interested to disqualify any swimmer, any good swimmer. That's a penalty to swimmer, which we have never thought of in our life. We have not even in our mind to punish somebody, because you have come with all these years of training. You have come to achieve something, and we are there to support you, to see that you should achieve something in a right way. So my humble submission with all these rules I have given, it is in the FINA book, it is everywhere. Coaches are fully aware about the rules. Don't be tempted for short gain. Try to teach them in a right way and try to gain the best thing out of whatever they have put in the efforts. Because see, the efforts put by the players has no comparison. A swimmer who swims at the national after 2, 3 years or 4 years of training, it's not an easy thing. And every coach knows that, how much pain you are taking to train the swimmers to bring them to that level. So my humble submission to all the coaches, follow the rules. At any time, any clarification is required, let the coach or the player ask the experts to get clarification, so that they should not commit mistake in any competition and get the better result. See, now if you are number one, and if you make a minor mistake, number one is out of the complete race. So we don't wish, even as an official, we wish that swimmer, all participants should be given equal this thing, right and advantage, and should be taken care by every official. We are not there to finding the fault. We are there to help you to see that things should go in a right way. I hope I have tried to explain the things in my way. And I'm sure any question on this, I'm welcome.
Thank you so much, sir. It was a wonderful session, and I'm sure all of us has been benefited with the guideline of new FINA rules and your very important suggestion to all the coaches to ensure that our swimmers should follow the rules properly and we are bound to teach them in the right manner. Sir, I'll be starting with some questions which is put in the group. Let me start with one of our elite swimmers, Srihari Natraj, and his question. His question is, are we allowed to do butterfly kick on our back after turn in freestyle?
Can you repeat the question?
Yes, sir. Are we allowed to do dolphin kick on our back after turn in freestyle stroke? While doing freestyle stroke after turn, are we allowed to do butterfly kick on our back? I think there's some signal issue.
Virendra sir, are you able to hear us? Partha, do you have my audio?
Yeah, I can hear you. I think there's some signal issue.
Yeah, this video also frozen.
We'll wait for a while until
So meanwhile, while we try and connect with Mr. Nanavati again, a lot of the participants to this program would not have been able to witness the 10th Asian Age Group Championship, which was hosted at Bangalore, India in 2019. We have a small visual presentation, a shorts film, which we can run for you. So that you can see what an international event in India looked like. તમારો આઈ થિંક ઓડિયો નેટ સિગ્નલનો કંઈક ઇશ્યુ આવ્યો લાગે છે, ફ્રીઝ થઈ ગયું છે. હા, મેં ત્યાં સુધી અત્યારે આપણી એશિયન એજ ગ્રુપની વિડીયો મૂકી દીધી છે.
Championship 2019. Stand before you all to welcome you to this momentous occasion of the inauguration of the championship.
I just want to thank the ASF Bureau for allotting this prestigious event after 20 years to come to India.
I declare the 10th Asian Age Group Championship open.
હા ઓકે આ પતી જવા દો વિડીયો બે મિનિટ નીચે
It's been great. It's as on par with any other games we've been to. Great facilities, comfortable places to stay. We like it very much.
I would like to thank you very much to Indian Swimming Federation and also local organizing committee. And then many staffs, volunteers, they are very friendly and then every time we're smiling, they're very good hospitality.
I would also like to express my utmost thanks to everyone who has contributed to the successful organization of these championships.
These events helps us in future planning because we are planning to host the IOC session, International Olympic Committee session 2023 in India. Then we are bidding for the Youth Olympics 2026 in India. We are bidding for the Asian Games 2030 in India, and finally the Olympics 2032.
So thank you very much. I think we have Virendra Bhai connected back with us. Virendra sir, are you?
Yeah, I'm ready. Can you hear me?
Great. So Partha,
yes,
can
I
you
can
take
see
it
you.
forward?
Yes. So as I was saying, let us start with the first question pointed out by Srihari Natraj, one of our elite swimmer. His question is, after turn, if he is doing freestyle after turn, can he do butterfly kick on his back under the water?
See, is he doing freestyle event?
Yes, he is doing freestyle event. That's
freestyle event, you can do anything. There is no restriction on that.
I think that clarifies his question. The second question I like to go, and after that, of course, Monal sir will put few questions. The second question I like to go is in breaststroke, after start and after turn, what is the underwater distance as per the rule?
What do you mean by underwater distance?
Because this is the question asked by some other question.
You are allowed in the breaststroke, you are allowed one butterfly kick and one arm pull, and if you want to take another breaststroke kick, but the body should be out in one stroke, total one stroke.
Yeah, I think that answers the question. So, because there are few people who have answered 15 meters. So, as Virendra sir said, there's no rule like 15 meters.
No, it's not that. In breaststroke, it is not that.
Right, sir. Monal sir, would you like to point out few questions?
I was just going through the list, but somebody is asked to explain the backstroke ledge, start ledge.
See, backstroke ledge is to they fix it up on the starting block to put the leg on that backstroke ledge. You have to put the leg. That leg rests on the backstroke ledge to take the start for the backstroke event.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Like you mentioned, in case there is a foul and the referee decides that the event needs to be reswum, is there a minimum time limit which is to be provided before the reswim?
See, in a normal course, any reswim is there, then after the session is over, we do the particular race as a reswim. See, say the morning session, event number 4, there is a reswim. And there are 8 events in the morning session. So after completion of the 8th event, we put that event for reswim, so that swimmer can get complete rest for the event.
Okay. I mean, obviously, the answer to this is more in terms of a clarification, because there is somebody who is asking that since you're saying freestyle event, they can do anything, can they swim a butterfly? So they need to swim a legal freestyle. But
See,
I think you...
in freestyle event, there is no restriction of any stroke. He can swim butterfly also in freestyle event. It is a freestyle event. But in butterfly stroke, he cannot swim freestyle. See, there are 4 strokes. One is the backstroke, one is the breaststroke, one is the butterfly stroke, and the freestyle. Freestyle means other than back, breast, and butter. So in freestyle, you can swim any style if you like. There is no restriction on that. If a swimmer wants, if a 100-meter freestyle event is there, and swimmer wants to start with the butterfly stroke, he can do that. There is no restriction for that swimmer to swim compulsorily in freestyle.
Well, that is a very interesting...
No, for the freestyle event, yes, I'm confirmed. This is confirmed reply from my side.
Okay. Partha, you have some questions? So, give us a few seconds to look at some of the questions, because there are a lot of comments and not questions. There is a question which asking, swimmer completes the breaststroke leg in an IM race and pushes off for the freestyle leg.
Yeah.
Can she pushed off on his back and kick underwater? Transition from breast.
See, the swimmer swims the breaststroke.
Yeah, so in the IM race, the question coach is asking is in the IM race,
individual medley,
individual medley, after completing the breaststroke and pushes off for freestyle, can he push off on his back and kick underwater?
He push off on his back and kick underwater. See, once he leaves the wall, he should be, when he is going for the freestyle. Yeah, I can't follow the question. Can you repeat that question?
Yes, the question, I'll read the question. The swimmer completes the breaststroke leg in an IM race and pushes off for the freestyle leg. Can she push forward on his back, push off on his back and kick underwater?
See, after taking the breaststroke, the swimmer has to come back. When he or she leaves the wall, she should be, if the swimmer is swimming freestyle, then she has to start freestyle on leaving the wall. She cannot be on the back.
So I believe you have answered that question, sir. Yeah, Partha. Okay. Okay. So Coach Partha is facing some network issues, and I think we have somebody else, Pradeep, or somebody to help me with the questions. So is Nikita still online?
Yes, sir, I'm there.
Could you bring Coach Pradeep also into the session? Yeah. Meanwhile, I'll look at the questions.
Yeah.
Hello. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, Pradeep, I can.
Sir, what is the new breaststroke rule which is supposed to be coming out, and when is it expected to come?
What do you mean by that?
I think there are the FINA is considering to change the breaststroke rule. I think it is discussed in your technical meeting also, I heard.
it has not, see, till the next General Congress, nothing new will come out. And there is no, at present, there is no breaststroke rule change is there on the agenda of the Technical Swimming Committee also.
Okay. Okay, thank you, sir.
Pradeep, could you look, we can interchange between questions two. There are a lot of questions here.
Yes.
To save time. There is a question which I'm reading out in 1500 meter freestyle.
Yeah.
Can anyone stand on the bottom and walk and take a hard push off from the bottom and start just taking jump? What is it okay, or will that swimmer be disqualified?
See, in 1500 meter freestyle, if the swimmer stand on the bottom of the pool, he cannot walk. See, once he walks, he can be disqualified. He can stand there and he can take a start from there. Even in freestyle, you cannot walk on the during the race.
Okay, so that answers the question. I'll take the next one while Pradeep, you look for the next one. Sir, what if due to a starter error by the starting error by the starter or the starting equipment, the swimmer swims the race, but later a complaint is lodged? Then will there be a reheat for the particular heat or final? If yes, how long swimmer will get rest?
See, normally in such a situation, even at the international level, if any re-swim is there or re-race is there, then normally we run the re-race only after the regular session is over. So the swimmer can get sufficient rest in between the event.
So there is another question is whether a swimmer can come out after completing the race, even though the other swimmers are not finished.
Yes, a swimmer can come out of the pool without disturbing the other swimmers.
There are a few more, few questions on the same line. Can different swimmers swim in heat and final?
Pardon?
Can different swimmers swim in
I can't hear your question properly.
Can different swimmers swim heats and final in the relay events?
Yes. Those who are, see, if they are enrolled in the, if they are the registered swimmer, you can change amongst the registered swimmer to swim heats and finals. So they can be changed. All the 4 swimmers can be changed. But they should be registered as a registered swimmer for the event.
They should be entered in the...
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Manan.
In backstroke, while flip turn, if swimmer comes in prone position to take the turn, but the wall is very far, then is it allowed to go back in supine, or only freestyle kick is allowed, or any other thing swimmer can do to bridge the gap?
See, before he touched the wall, he should be on the back. Once he touches the wall, he can take a turn. So even with the leg movement, he can touch the wall and he can then take a turn.
I think the question is saying before they reach the wall, but they need to glide into the wall because they came out.
They need to glide so that either he should be on the back. He should not change the position before he touches the wall.
So I believe the answer is that you're staying on your back. You can continue to do your flutter kick to touch the wall before you can turn.
Yeah, absolutely correct.
And there is a question on transiting between in the IM from backstroke to breaststroke. What are the rules for the bucket turn?
Pardon?
In the IM, from backstroke to breaststroke, what are the rules for the turn?
See, when you are on the back, when you touch the wall, then you can take a turn. Either you can take a flip turn, you can take a somersault turn, whatever the turn. But once you leave the wall, you should be on the chest because you are going for the breaststroke.
Another question.
And then every swimmer has to swim 1/4 of the distance of each stroke. So, yeah, Pradeep, tell me.
Can we have a session like this for the water polo also? That is one question.
It is in pipeline, Pradeep.
Yeah.
It is in pipeline. And I'm sure, I think Manal Bhai is also aware about it, that we are working on it, and there will be a session for the water polo coaches or the officials or the whosoever is involved in that water polo discipline. That demand is there, and we are working on it. And if the things are, I think, finalized, I think we'll involve you also to finalize the whole setup. But it may not be a long like this size session of 1 month. It may be a 1 week or 4 or 5 days or 6 days session.
Sundays. So
yeah. So I think it is in pipeline.
Interesting question here. What is the maximum if more than one swimmer clock the same time? As per FINA rules, maximum how many swimmers can share the same position? So for the first or second or third position, if somebody more than one have clocked the same time, maximum how many get a medal or can share the position?
See, if they are in first, second or third position, everyone will get the medal.
Irrespective of the number of people, if it is the same time, right down to the microseconds.
These all electronic things are there. So it's nothing manual in now FINA event. So if the result is like that, then medal goes like that.
Welcome back, Partha.
Thank you. Sudden load shedding in my place.
I'm back. There one clarification requested by 1 or 2 questions, and that is the butterfly finish. Can they do underwater finish? And if they do underwater finish, can the judge monitor whether they are touching simultaneously or the same level? That's the question.
See, normally when in butterfly, when the swimmer finishes the race, normally both the hand touches the wall. Either it should be above the water level or below the water level. Irrespective of the water level, if they finish the race, it is permitted.
I think it's correct. Good answer. Thank you, sir. Mona?
I'm just looking through. When there is a dispute on the time, when using one timekeeper per lane and a finish judge, if the timing of the timekeeper is not matching with the finish judge position, then how to determine the position of the swimmer?
See, in such cases, the finish judge result is taken as an official result. And in this type of cases, the time will not be displayed either in the result or in the certificate. But such things are now happen only at the local level, where we are not using the electronic timing system or the other system.
There is a question on relay when there are different swimmers between the heats and the finals.
Yeah.
So if the team wins, how are the merits given when there are different swimmers?
See, all the swimmers are eligible to get, even if the team wins a medal, the remaining swimmer also get the medal. those who are in the reserve.
So all reserve swimmers, including the swimmers who swam the heats and the finals, the total team will get the merit certificate or the medal.
Yes. Yes.
Again, just a clarification in breaststroke, after they do their long pull butterfly kick, if they cross 15 meter, are they disqualified? I think you are clarified, but still that question has come.
What is the question?
In the breaststroke turn.
After the breaststroke turn.
If they cross 15 meter mark, are they disqualified?
See, normally the breaststroke swimmer, after one stroke, they have to come out of the water.
Now, if they cross the 15 meter mark, well,
no, see, Pradeep, in breaststroke, I think one kick or maximum 2 kick and 1 stroke doesn't cross the 15 meter mark.
Yeah, the question is whether he is disqualified.
See, kindly repeat the question so that I can confirm it.
Sir, in breaststroke after the turn, when they do the fly kick and the long pull and the kick, if they cross, by chance, if they cross 15 meter mark, is it disqualification?
They cross 15 meter mark underwater. Underwater.
Without breaking.
Without breaking, yeah, surely. It is a disqualification. See, after the one stroke, they have to come out, and there is no chance of 15 meter. If a good breaststroke swimmer is there, he cannot be there after 15 meter. And one stroke and one arm pull, you have to come out.
When they do that one arm pull and the kick,
yeah,
by the time they cross 15 meters,
in one arm pull and one kick, underwater. For breaststroke, there is no specific marking of 15 meter. There is no marking for 15 meter. For other stroke, yes, you have to come out at 15 meter. But for breaststroke, it is not there. But Pradeep, underwater swimming is not permitted beyond 15 meter. That is also there.
Beyond
15 meter is not permitted.
So you cannot kick and long pull beyond 15 meters.
Yeah, so it cannot.
So as interpreting both rules together and reading them together, we can say that crossing the 15 meter mark underwater is irrespective of the stroke, or whether you've done it only one long pull and one butterfly kick, dolphin kick, even then it leads to disqualification. Correct?
Purely because see, in breaststroke, one stroke, one butterfly kick and one breaststroke kick. And because only one arm pull is there, swimmer has to come out before 15 meters. The arm pull is, see, otherwise I don't think the swimmer will continue to go submerge himself beyond 15 meters.
There is a question on what is the process to raise the objection, if any. So if a swimmer or coach wishes to file an objection to some decision, what is the process?
See, normal procedure is that if anything happens within 30 minutes of the things happen, you have to give a protest in writing to the resolution table. So it will reach to the referee, and the referee can take an appropriate decision on the whatever the complaint is there, whatever the protest is there. See, that limit is there, and they have to give things in writing in 30 minutes.
There is a question on how many entries, number of participants, including the reserve swimmers, can be given for a relay event in a team.
See, a relay event, you have 4 swimmers, and normally in all international competition, the swimmers who are registered, amongst the registered swimmers, they can enter in the relay races.
So there can be 4 different swimmers in the heat and entirely
In the
4 different
finals,
swimmers
yes,
in the
yes.
final. So maximum 8 people.
8 people can, yes, yes, yes.
There are some coaches who are asking or participants that if they wish to take a official examination or some kind of a test or a course for FINA approved official, how can they do it?
See, we are running the clinics for the officials every year as federation, and they can participate in those clinics. And if they get through the things, then they can act as an official.
Someone is asking, is the FINA rule book available online?
Yes, it is online there on the FINA website, and you can read, you can study, you can do it. Earlier, Swimming Federation of India was printing the FINA book, but now it's very difficult to get it printed because the number of pages and it's so high. And then every 2 years, the changes are taken place in the FINA Congress, and then all that has to be implemented immediately after the Congress. So every 2 years, the new things comes.